Hello there, welcome back to another Project Pan video. Project Pan. I had a pretty good reception to the first video, so hopefully people will follow along for this one. And if you would like to do your own Project Pan, we would love to have you. So far we have a couple of people who have joined in. Comforting Sounds ASMR, who's been a long-time supporter of this channel, and also ASMR Like a Sandbox. If you'd like to join in as well, that would be so much fun. I made this ASMR Project Pan because I felt like I would want to watch it, and I couldn't find that much ASMR Project Pan. And you know, Project Pan is something that's relaxing, calming, and satisfying. And so is ASMR, so I figured it is the perfect combination to watch. So I did finish an item this month, but I'm going to start with some of the other ones. So first up, I have this La Roche-Posay sunscreen. I've talked about this before. Long story short, it is extremely pasty, white casty, and smells like baby powder, but in a bad way. So I'm just trying to get this used up as a body sunscreen as quickly as I can. And to be honest, I don't really use it that much. So it's pretty surprising the progress that we have. I would have thought that it would be not that much progress at all. Also, I forgot to mention, but I'm filming these Project Pan videos every 3 months. So last video we were here, then June, July, and then currently in August we are here. So I think 2 months left of this, and absolutely 100% this will be out by the next video. So I'm very happy about that. Kind of surprised, because really I don't think I use it that much. I guess it's just because since I use it as a body sunscreen, when I use it once, it's actually like a decent volume of it. Because I've only used it a handful of times. Alright, so that's item number 1. The next item is Pond's Cold Cream Makeup Remover. So this is also an item that I don't love so much, that I'm trying to get rid of, and I especially want to use this up because I have accumulated way too many cleansing balms. I probably won't have to buy cleansing balms for some years to come, which is a little bit embarrassing. But this Pond's Cold Cream, I mean, I'm pretty sick of it. It's not like it doesn't work. It does work. It's just the scent, it's not good. It's like I think it's supposed to be a floral scent, but it's not. It's kind of baby powdery like this one is. And then it's also not the kind of cleansing balm that comes off with water. And so I have to like wipe it off with a cloth before I go in with my second cleanser, which is not the biggest deal in the world, but I want to be done with it. So we were, oh my gosh, also the top is really hard to put on now. I don't know what happened to it, but so last time we were at this 5, and then 6, 7, 8. We're now currently about here, and I think we'll just about be done for the second update. So if we take this, it's just about the same amount that I'll need to use up for the next video. But I think I can have it done, especially because the bottom portion is thinner than it is up here. I think it'll be easier to get it done, which means I think both of these will be rollouts in the next video, which is very exciting. The next one is one that I've had almost no progress on. I guess I shouldn't say that, there's some, but it's these two L'Oreal Paris something long stay lipstick in Toulouse Tea Berry and Violet Parfait. And you can see I've used the Toulouse Tea Berry a lot more than I've used the Violet Parfait, just because if I thin this one out, it can sort of be like an everyday color. And then also because it's currently summer here, I feel like I'm leaning more towards this kind of bright berry, sometimes like hot pink-ish color. Whereas this, I think, is more of like a cozy color. And then also it's just harder to wear this on like a day-to-day basis. Like this, if it wears off over time, it's not like super visible. I can kind of get away with this. But if I'm wearing this one, I have to make sure that I stay on top of it and I check it throughout the day so that it doesn't look wild. Because if I leave it, and you know, if it's like a dark purple and I leave it and it starts to like chip off, it just looks very strange. So this one is gonna take a lot longer. And then also for the other side of this, I can't remember where I was last time. I think it was pretty low, but this is so empty. I've tried scraping it out. I absolutely can't get any more of the balm side out of it. And so what I've been doing is I will use this and then I will use the balm from Violet Parfait, which eventually will be a recipe for disaster, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it. I've also tried using other balms with these lipsticks, but they just don't work. They like dissolve down this lipstick. It has to be used with this weird balm. So we'll see how that goes. Next up, I will do the empty. So this is my empty. This is the Bite Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. So I am so happy that this is done. I started tracking this before I even started filming these project pans. This is from September of last year. This 5 is when I brought it in. This is February. This 5 is when I brought it into this project pan in May. And then I think I finished it up partway through July. So it was pretty much like right on schedule when I thought it would be completed. But I guess time went by really quickly because I was so pleasantly surprised when this was gone. As you know, I did not really like this, and it was not really my color, and it kind of separated on my face. I sort of made it work, either just like dealing with it and not caring, or I would split it 50-50 with my Purito foundation, BB cream, which is my favorite, and then it would sort of make it work for me. And the product I'm going to roll in to replace this one is another foundation that I don't totally love, but it's fine. This is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation in 410 Ivory. And I used to really love this foundation. I think this is my second bottle that I freshly bought. So this was one of my faves before I realized that I actually love my Purito BB cream the most. So then I just had this sitting around, never to be used. And so I actually haven't marked this at all because it's pretty much 100% full. I rolled this in a little bit ago, so maybe I've used it like 6 times or so. But this has a long way to go. And I think I'm gonna sort of use it similarly the way that I did this. Like mostly use this, but then add in the Purito a little bit so that it better matches my skin. And I also like the formula better. This is like sort of old school foundations where they like dry as a film over your face rather than these foundation BB creams. They feel like they become one with your skin. So this sometimes feels like it's like sitting on top of my skin, and it's compared to all the other foundations I use for most of my life, this is a really good foundation. But I don't know, I just love this one so much. Let me also show you kind of like the skin tone difference in terms of like cool, warm. So if you watch Hannah Louise Poston, she talks about this a lot. Like the saturation level of a foundation being super important. And this foundation is super desaturated, which is one of the things that makes it lovely. So when you see it on the skin, it sort of looks like it's gray. This is the Purito, which you can see looks gray. And then the Bite Foundation and the L'Oreal Infallible. This looks like peach, and then this looks really yellow. And so really none of them look like my skin. And if anything, when this one's first applied, it looks kind of odd that it's so gray. But when you start to blend them into the skin, the one that looks the most natural with my skin is the Purito one. So you can see this and this, they look pretty like peachy and yellow. They don't look like natural skin. And then this one pretty much completely becomes one with my skin. So that's one of the reasons why I love the Purito so much. The other reason is the formula is really good. But anyway, that was a little bit off track. Like I said, watch Hannah Louise Poston if you want to learn more and you haven't watched her already. This is the Great Body Relief. I absolutely love this product. So I'm keeping it in this project pan just to make sure that I use it a bunch because I want to use it. It makes me happy. So this is Great Beauty, Great Body Relief, Smooth Reparative Body Lotion. I mostly use it as like a face, neck lotion to get the most out of it. And we're making very steady progress. So this was in April, May, June, July, August is where we currently are. So it looks like 2 months and we'll be done with this as well. The last item is also a Bite item. I'm gonna have to be a little careful with this. So last time it had a really big pan in it, and the pan was getting bigger and bigger, and the product was just a little ring around the edge. And when I was traveling with it last week, it broke into little pieces. and it had been kind of annoying to pick up and put on a brush anyway, and so I decided to sort of crush it up into like a loose powder, and I'll just use it like this for the rest of the time. So there is really not much left in here. I would be surprised if it took the full 3 months, maybe like a month and a half. We will see, but I'm actually pretty happy that we're getting down to the point where I had to break it up, because as you can see in the photos, there was so much pan, and even before I crushed it up like this, it was like so hard to get it on the brush. I would either have to scrape with the brush, which was really annoying, or what I was doing was taking like a metal tweezers and like scraping the top of it and then using that as loose powder. So this is honestly kind of like a more efficient method of that. Anyway, so honestly we're looking like we're getting done with a lot of this stuff in the next update. So I think bonds will definitely be gone. This will be gone. Maybe this will be gone. Maybe this will be gone. So we might have 4 products roll out in the next video, and then we would just have these 2, or I guess 3, but that would be super fun if we got all 4 of these out in one video. So stay tuned for that, and if you enjoyed watching this video, I would love a little like